Pune is a city which is home to scores of students and young innovators. So naturally, it's a hotbed for startups, and Team Unicorn is here to unveil Pune's game changers. From putting a brain in your car to creating smart advertising solutions. From helping companies improve output to making strong inroads into the health sectors. These faces have some big goals, and we will put them under the scanners.
There isn't a day in our lives when we aren't bombarded with advertisements. From the games on your phone to your newspaper, your relaxing time in front of the TV, or even a road trip, advertisements are everywhere. Advertisers bombard us with their messages, and to be very honest, this can't be the best way for brands to be talking to their customers. Enter Proximity, a startup with a clear focus on targeted ads on the move. Proximity's tablet Ricky uses geotagging and rich interactive content to make sure that it gets the undivided attention of its customers. And it does so by showing sensibly targeted ads on these tablets that are strategically placed in autos. So let's find out more from the founders.
Proximity has introduced a device called Ricky. Ricky is an intelligent platform which allows advertisers to engage with their passengers or the customers.
This trio is trying to change the way a brand interacts with a customer, and they want to do it using sleek technology and a quirky idea. Meet the team of Proximity. At the helm of affairs is the MD of the company, Abhay Bora. The resident tech expert and CTO is Kamlesh Sancheti. And acting as Chief Financial Officer is Yash Mutha. Together, these three think they may just have come up with a creative way to grab the attention of the regular auto traveler and help brands advertise along the way. But we want to know, how does Proximity decode the heaps of data it collects by putting tablets in auto rickshaws? Does Proximity have a scalable model to grow and give satisfactory returns on investment? How does Proximity use technology and integrate it with advertising?
From a technology perspective, we've got three main elements. One is the content serving platform, which is hosted at a central location, and the second is the devices itself, which are strategically located in the rickshaw behind the rickshawala's seat. All the algorithm and the information is uploaded onto the server. Through the connectivity between the server and the device, that content is delivered to the device, and then the device has an intelligent algorithm on its side which plays the content based on the instructions that it receives from the server.
Ever thought of a tablet fitted in an auto? Well, Proximity is able to collect rich content and data on how users interact with brands and help advertisers connect more effectively with their target audience. Well, now that's a claim that's yet to be put to test. But in a student hub like Pune, where autos are the top choice of commute, this method may just be ideal. This content includes static images, audio, video, and ads triggered by geolocation. But we want to know how Ricky really works. We got Kamlesh to tell us.
Being digital, we are able to collect a lot of information about the travel itself, about the customer that is traveling in the rickshaw, and because we know the profile of the customer, we know the time, we know the sentiments that are going around in the city, we are able to deliver the content in the right mechanism. On an ongoing basis, we collect a lot of information in terms of what the customer prefers to see in the rickshaw, what types of ads, what types of content that he skips. By analyzing all this data, we have got our under-patented algorithms which serve the content better in each of the device that is installed in the Rickies.
Riding in the auto with the founders, this may just be the best way to test out their device, the aptly named Ricky. There's plenty of rich content here, from basic information about the driver to Charlie Chaplin's movies. Besides advertisements, of course. But in this day and age of user-friendly apps, we did find the interface a bit clunky, and they have some aesthetic work cut out for themselves. But we applaud the technology and even the idea. But why auto rickshaws?
When a passenger sits in a rickshaw for 15 minutes, it's actually dead time. I mean, he can't do anything in a rickshaw. He can't read, he can't talk on the phone because of the ambient noise. and most of the time if he's sitting alone, he's just looking outside and ruminating. Why not provide content which the passenger likes to engage with? Through that, all the three stakeholders should benefit in the system: the advertiser, the rickshawala, as well as the passenger.
Well, we discovered and explored Ricky firsthand in an auto, and while we can marvel at being able to watch Charlie Chaplin movies, we still want to understand a little bit about the revenue model and the benefits it gives to the other side, the advertisers. So we got talking with Abhay and Yash.
The advertisers who've already come on board, have they seen a tangible monetary benefit by coming on board, Ricky?
It's difficult and it's easy. Easy if they understand the concept. Difficult because of two reasons. Somehow the perception of auto rickshaw is, nobody uses auto rickshaw. But the fact remains, everybody from a CEO to a peon uses an auto rickshaw at some point of time. We are tackling that issue by, creating a brand for ourselves. We are differentiating a Ricky from a normal rickshaw. Second, if they understand, our medium is more digital in nature. The content is served to the right person using our intelligent algorithm. So, we are actually moving towards charging per impressions, not like an outdoor media where you charge per month. So we're going from a monthly model to a CPM model to a CPL model, and in the future maybe a CPA model.
What is the revenue model that Ricky follows?
There are 2 or 3 streams of revenue. One is where advertisers are sold advertising slots, where they're and are placed intelligently to ensure maximum interaction with their passengers. Second is a hyperlocal couponing system, which we will introduce in the near future.
So what is the type of void or need in the market that you're trying to fill in by putting these tabs in auto rickshaws?
So if you see, the advertising industry is moving from, primarily from an outdoor to a digital. It is moving from a monologue to a dialogue. And this is where, we Proximity, by introducing Ricky as a device, it helps the advertisers to meet those requirements. So primarily, if you see, when the advertisers place their content on our platform, the passengers basically can interact with the content. They can like the ad, they can basically either generate coupons while they're on the go. So this helps the advertisers to connect with the customers in a much more interactive manner. On the other side, what we provide to the advertiser is the data that we collect. So for every click that the passenger does, every coupon that is generated, every place the ad has been displayed, the location as well as the time of the day, all these metrics are provided to the advertisers, which they are able to see in a real-time environment. This from a campaign management perspective, I think is one of the revolutionary trends, especially considering rickshaw, which is a hyperlocal, and it's the transit media.
Meet Raman Roy, co-founder of the Indian Angel Network. He is fondly known as the father of the Indian BPO industry. Raman has a keen eye for startups and does not mince his words. Our second mentor, Padmaja Ruparel, is the co-founder and president of one of the world's largest group of business angels, the Indian Angel Network. Under Padmaja's leadership, IAN has over 100 companies in their portfolio that spans 7 countries.
I think it is a fascinating idea.
Proximity is an interesting proposition. I think it brings the digital and the offline advertising world together.
The auto rickshaw market with Proximity is going to undergo a huge change.
Proximity has another big idea behind it, and I think they have included GPS, and that sort of gives a very logical, geographic, locational, which is local flavored advertisement to the customer. So these are 2 very, very powerful propositions that they have.
I think soon the auto rickshaws that have the tab sitting there will see people gravitating towards them rather than otherwise. So the potential of what it can be used for is huge.
Proximity will have to sort of align to this shift happening from the advertising or the products that are being advertised strategy. And I think that is something that is an opportunity for them, which means that they will have to bring the digital play yes, it's a big play, and sort of turn it around and say, how do I use this, this basic technology that we've built and apply it elsewhere?
The cost of implementation will be huge because it is a asset heavy business, and that is where scale comes in, because while you need a lot of money to put in a lot of these tabs, unless you have a lot of tabs, it's a chicken and egg situation. So trying to find reduce the cost of implementation and create a higher annuity based revenue will be the biggest challenge that this company will face.